This is Terry, this is Joe, my name's Jeff. We're all peer educators for the HOPE program. That's a Health Optimisation Program for employment, and we'd like to help you know how and why to refer a client to that program and what the mechanisms are. The HOPE program is run across the 6 areas of the LEAP partnership.
It's a 10-week program that will benefit people who may have mental health issues or mental illness, however they define it. And it's for job seekers.
Well, one thing about the HOPE program is it's provided completely by Social Firms Australia. We've been doing it for a while and there's many more to come.
It's a program that's evidence-based, developed by Professor David Castles, Monica Gilbert and the team at Frameworks for Health, located at St Vincent's Hospital here in Melbourne.
It's been customised specifically for job seekers who may have mental health issues, and that's what makes it special.
The HOPE program that a health professional and a peer educator deliver runs over 10 weeks, where each participant comes once a week for 2 hours.
So there's an introductory session where we get to know each other, then there's 8 weeks sessions, and then there is a booster session a month after the 8th session to catch up. These sessions are on average held 4 times a year in each of the 6 partnerships, which is Footscray, Dandenong, Prahran, Coburg, Northcote and rurally speaking Maryborough and the surrounding areas. In the HOPE program we have a workbook and a health journal which the participant uses and fills out and is able to take back to a case manager or a carer in a language that both can understand. So we get the workbook and we go through it as a group, step by step. Everyone does it together as a group, and we look at the points that are most important for each of us, and they record in their workbooks the information that can help them. Now the HOPE program falls underneath the LEAP program, which is the Local Employment Access Partnership program. The LEAP partnerships are located in the 6 areas where we deliver the HOPE program. They involve partners from the clinical, rehab and disability employment service. They get together once every 3 months to discuss issues that relate to their client base and employment when you've got mental health issues.
Facilitators come from these partnerships as well, which is a health professional, which can be a case manager or community mental health worker or employment consultant that comes along and delivers the 10-week course with a peer educator.
So what's good about that union between a peer educator and a trained person from
a health professional,
or disability employment service? We've got different angles. They come into the program with a work angle or a health angle, and a peer educator comes in with a lived experience.
It's well known in the mental health industry, if I can call it that even people who successfully get jobs have trouble maintaining jobs because the stress of work, interviews and all that sort of thing leads us to fall unwell. And what's important about the HOPE program is that we managed to teach people some of the mechanisms and strategies that enable them to put in place devices and procedures that cover those gaps.
And we talk about health. How can we maintain our health so you can maintain a job once you're in it?
And the stats bear out the reality that even people who successfully get jobs quite easily because they're very talented, and there are some very talented people living with mental illness, can't maintain their job because they fall unwell. The HOPE program tries to address that problem.
It does.
As an employment consultant, I'm finding that what's happening when I place people into jobs, and particularly, well not particularly, but people with mental illness, that there's this cycle that sort of kicks in where perhaps they're not quite ready to be entering into employment. You know, pressure is on us to be getting them into employment, but they may not be ready. So what happens then is they'll get the job, but they perhaps will struggle, and more often than not they will be falling out of work. The purpose of the HOPE program is to address that issue particularly, that to provide, set up support, set up coping strategies, set up collaborative partners for the participants in the program, our clients that we're referring. So I've got to say to employment consultants out there, really give it serious thought.
Well, I'd just like to say that from doing the facilitator training, the one thing that really stood out to me was that, I suppose, first of all, it's an evidence-based program that's been around for many years now. And in particular, it uses a couple of models that fit really well with what we do anyway in our work as case managers. So some of those, some of the models that I can think of are the stress vulnerability coping model. And it's quite explicit how it uses that to develop a consumer's awareness of different aspects of health for them. And it does so in a positive way. It really looks at their strengths. And I, just in talking with other case managers at my service that have had their clients go through the program, they said it really helped with, first of all, hope for clients to know that, yeah, they do have...
It's a nice acronym, isn't it?
It is.